Hello everyone, this is Matthew Miller from the ZDNet Mobile Gadgeteer. So in my hands you can see I have a Samsung Galaxy Tab. This happens to actually be the Sprint version, which has the white back. And just wanted to do first impressions, just came today. So I just want to walk through a little bit and let you know some of my thoughts on it and compare it to a couple other devices that I have. So this is the Galaxy Tab. It's a 7-inch 1024 by 600 Super AMOLED display Android tablet. It is running the same 1 gigahertz Hummingbird processor that's in the Samsung Galaxy S devices. And as you can see, this is the home screen that looks kind of familiar. Take a walk around the hardware. We have a 1.3 megapixel camera, front-facing camera up top. We've got some hardware buttons. These are actually just, as you can see there, they're just the capacitive touch. They're not actual physical buttons. The whole front is actually, you can kind of see in the video, is just a slab, a black slab all the way across. There's no bezel that's indented or anything. So we've got menu, home, back, and search, typical Android buttons. On the bottom, if we swing down here, we can see that there's that center port is actually a new Samsung port that's used for charging. And unfortunately, it looks like you cannot charge it with a computer. You actually have to plug it in and use the Samsung adapter to charge it up. However, from what I've also heard is it lasts quite a while, so charging once at night at home may be just fine. You can see it looks like there's a couple speaker grills on the bottom there as well. If we swing over to the left side, there's its mic hole is labeled. That's about it on the left side. Up top, we've got the 3.5mm headset jack. Swinging around to the right is the typical Samsung power button. It's on the Galaxy S's and other devices. Let's see if I can get it up top there. And there's a volume button, and then down here there's a micro SD card slot. I believe this Sprint version comes with a 16 gigabyte card in the slot and 2 gigabytes internal memory. It varies by each carrier. I believe T-Mobile has 16 gigs internal with a micro SD card slot for up to 32 gigs more. So then on the back, you can see this one is a white. Most of them are black, I believe. And up top we have a 3.2 megapixel camera with a flash, and it's a glossy plastic, but it feels more durable actually than even the Galaxy S phones. Primarily the plastic around here is a little bit more solid. I wasn't always that impressed with the Galaxy S phones. However, the Tab is much more impressive in terms of build quality. So as you can see here, it is a large Android device, but there's a couple applications that I found so far that I really want to show you, and I really like to look at. So let's see calendar here. So this is the calendar, and this is the month view. And now if we switch it over into landscape mode, this is a very helpful calendar. I have it on the iPad calendar, and it's not as visually attractive as this, I guess. We can go to list, we can go to week and day, and you just see it's just a really nice calendar, and everything is very responsive. So the calendar I like. Also, part of the calendar is you can add attendees. It supports full Exchange, and it actually does quite well with Exchange, like an email, for example. All right, we've got email here, and this is an Exchange email. If I flip it over into landscape, what's nice is we're able to scroll through here, see the message on the right, the preview on the right, and then the message list inbox on the left, and full Exchange email is looking really nice. I actually have it in conversation view, which you can see the little drop down arrows. I prefer conversation view, and it's great to see it on the tab. Another one that an application I loaded up immediately was Nook, because I just bought the Nook Color, and let me just actually show that. I'll actually we'll get into the same book here. So since they do sync up and save the places here, so let's go back. I believe it's opening the book, the same book. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so this is the new George Bush book, and as you can see, this is the one where they both have a picture, just kind of showing how that looks. And the Nook Color on the right actually looks quite good as well. It's a little bit taller display, narrower, but excellent e-reading devices for both of these. And that's the tough choices. I really like this Nook Color, and it's a good deal for $250. I have to kind of balance out, do I just want to stay with the Nook Color, or do I want to go with the Galaxy Tab? And I have to honestly tell you, at first I really wasn't thinking about getting a tab at all, but I have also on Sprint. I purchased this back in, I guess it's May now. This is the EVO 4G, and I really like the EVO 4G. I never ever use it as a phone. I use about 5 minutes a month on the phone. I use it primarily, well, of course, as a data device, right? And it is a great data device, and I do like it for that. And it's portable, and it has, you know, a camera that I actually rarely use, but I do use it for a data device. However, if I can get a bigger data device with a larger screen, I just may see my EVO 4G going by the wayside for a Galaxy Tab. And then the big thing is, do I get a Sprint Galaxy Tab or a T-Mobile Galaxy Tab? And that's something I'm going to have to look at. So let's keep on going. So Twitter, right? I wanted to just, this is the, you know, the native Twitter app. For some reason it's not, there we go, I wasn't testing it. So there's the Twitter app. What you'll see here, it's also very nice, is it has a swipe keyboard, right? Now, so here's in Twitter, I'm starting to post a message. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So one thing I found is that the text insertion, right? So you tap on the to make some changes. This little tool pops up, and it's real easy to just take that and move it back and forth to place the cursor. And I haven't seen that on the Android itself like that. So it's kind of neat, the cursor, and it shows you right there what letter, you know, where it's placed at, things like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. And there's the swipe keyboard, of course. And then there's some cool widgets, you know, Facebook and Twitter. Here's the daily briefing, which is pretty neat. And here's, I'll go to the weather. You can see I'll be taking a trip up to Ketchikan here on the 9th, so we can check out the weather. You can slide it over, look at some stocks. There's Nokia, Google, Apple, Microsoft. And then you can check out the AP Mobile, and then your calendar as well. And let's see, then let's jump to the web browser. I wanted to kind of show you that versus what we see on the Nook Color, because it also has a web browser, as you have probably seen in my earlier review. So here is the ZDNet Mobile Gadgeteer site, and you can see it right there on both devices. It just went auto dim on the tab. So browsing is, you know, it's Android device. This is Android 2.1. The tab is Android 2.2. But browsing is good on both devices, and it looks great on the screen this size compared to something like the EVO 4G. This tab really is making my EVO 4G seem quite small. And then, of course, this is a Samsung device with a TouchWiz, so we tap on applications and we see our application launcher, and you can kind of see some of the apps there. Of course, we have the all share, the camera, because it is the dual camera. There's a digital frame, the gallery, Kindle is loaded, the Media Hub, Samsung Media Hub, we tap on here. We can see that you can go to the movie store, the TV store, buy or rent movies and TV shows to watch. Oh, Maps looks great. Let's just look on Maps. Oh, let me just scroll away from where I actually live. I'll just show you. So here's Seattle. As you can see, it really looks great, and I imagine having this in your car for in-car GPS would be even more fantastic. And then we can see there's more apps. There's Quick for video chatting. We see there's the Sprint mobile hotspot, and I'm not sure. I have to check and research a little bit to see if there's fees for using the hotspot. I believe there usually is, and see if there's a carrier difference. I saw on Engadget they have a nice table comparing the different devices. Of course, Angry Birds plays, and this is actually the Seasons version that just came out. Looks fantastic on this screen, as you can see. It's really a beautiful screen, and it's a nice piece of hardware. I'm much more impressed than when I played for it for 20 minutes in the T-Mobile store. But not a very good shot there. So of course Angry Birds plays nicely. Let's see what other apps we have. As you can see, there's a portrait and landscape supported as well. And then these are some of the third-party apps I loaded up that I have to mess around with. One thing that I guess that's kind of unusual is having the portrait and landscape in the home screen as well. So that's a quick look at the Sprint Samsung Galaxy Tab. I'm quite impressed with the device, and I'm really thinking about probably returning the Nook Color, selling my EVO 4G, and going with a Samsung Tab. I know I also have the iPad, however that's kind of a different world. I really am quite a fan of the Google Android, or the Android platform, and looks like the Tab may be the way to go. I understand there'll probably be new Android tablets coming out in 2011. However, I am a tech person and I can't always wait. So thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.